Grab me one, please. All right. I hope that everybody is still here. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I don't know what happened with the Wi-Fi there.
But we'll start all the way from the top. Welcome back.
No, I guess. Can we just please move on? We've been talking about this game for so long now.
I got to make sure the Mambas get their camera time.
They got way more than enough. I literally almost guzzled them on the microphone.
All those guys are snakes.
The game 5, final game of week 4.
We're not done with this.
No, we're done. We're done.
9:30.
We're going to talk about your game. I'm going to talk about your game. The Dogs beating the Martians 77-74. A little nail biter. We got Fessy with 42 points, 8 assists, and 13 rebounds. Near triple-double. Juan making his debut for the Dogs. 23 points, 6 assists. Yes, his best game of the season. You got Jeff with 5 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals. Mike, 5 points, 5 assists. You got Mo with 2 points. Dante continuing his Rookie of the Year campaign, 26 points, 7 assists.
I think I got shut down by Fessy's 42, 8, and 13. Let's be honest.
We got Phil with 19 points making his debut for the Martians. You got Horace with 11 points and a block. Zay, the captain, 10 points, 4 rebounds. And Vaughn, 3 points and 10 rebounds.
Yes, thank you, Ash. Make sure to like this one, too. I don't know what happened. It said it was reconnecting. I thought it was good, but thank you guys for letting me know. Thank you, Ash, for letting me know as well. You're going to have to restart.
Restart the app?
No, you don't have to restart the app. Just go back and go back to the stream. You figured it out. That's okay. He works at a tech company. All right, go ahead, Eric. What did you see?
My #1 subscriber.
What? Now this game, I definitely saw Juan. Juan was. I know Fessy has a crazy stat line, but I feel for you guys missing Yusuf, base and coming off of what Juan had past 3 games with the Goblins, having 23 points this game. He looked comfortable, and he had 6 assists. He was like, it felt like he felt like like he'd been hooping with you guys since week 1. Like. He felt like at home. No disrespect to the Goblins. I don't know what happened over there, but he just looked different. And shout out to Juan. This is the one I was expecting to see week 1 when I was telling everybody the Goblins were the best team in that conference because of Juan. Now, for the Martians, the trade looks good. Phil and Dante, they look good. The only thing is, they may need a little more help from their bench. And I felt like they've been getting help from their bench the entire season. Just today they came up a bit short. Vaughn mainly was helping them out with at least 7 points a game. But today last week's 3 points. But for me, I feel like throughout this entire game, the main highlight was definitely Juan. Like Juan looking really good. Yes. Yeah. Juan definitely came in clutch and definitely saved you guys season.
I will say, yes, I completely agree with that. I will say that in the first half, solely because Juan, I don't know if he got like a little hammy or like he got a Charlie horse.
No, he kept getting hit in the thigh.
Yeah, he got
by the Martians, and they weren't called those fouls, and I guess it just led to a dead leg.
Yeah, it led to a dead leg. So in the first half, huge. Like that. If he doesn't do that in the first half, we probably lose or it'd be a closer game. But I will say like highlights Fessy because like when Juan got a little bit hurt, Fessy kind of took over in the middle, and at the end of the day, it's like Juan, like when you have that so much dominance in the paint, which I don't provide. I'm sorry, I'm skinny as the shit motherfucker. It's so easy to either like pull your defender out when they have to guard the 3, and then you can just dump it down in the middle to Fessy, right? Or you can just give it to Fessy and let it happen. Like it creates more space. Obviously, that's just basic basketball knowledge and IQ. But like I was very happy with Juan coming in, right? You just got traded. You don't know how the offense works, right? At the end of the day, he didn't really care and he just played his game, and that's all we wanted him to do was just play his natural game, and he did that in the first half before, he got hurt, but like that's what we wanted him to do. Like we didn't want him to be a person that he's not. Yeah. Like all those shots that he took, we didn't give a fuck about. I'm like, dude, do you? Like we don't care. Like you shoot. Once Juan gets like that, he's that.
Because prior podcast, like the last podcast, he said he's a scorer.
Yeah.
Like that's what he does.
So I remember like 3 seasons ago when the Goblins played you guys, and we were down like 15, 16, and Juan just automatic from the 3. Like that's like when he gets in rhythm, he really gets in rhythm. Not only in his shooting, but also his driving too, and his confidence goes up, right? So like that's what we needed, and that's what that's why it's like we didn't really care like shots he misses, drives he doesn't make, like fuck it, right? It's like you play your game and we're gonna back you no matter what. And it's easy to have that when you have Fessy in the paint who can get those rebounds when you're crashing in, or maybe me and once in a blue moon gets an offensive rebound, right? Like we're always gonna be right there behind Juan when he crashes in.
You got Jeff too,
and you got Jeff, like still pick up the draft, right? And he's a great guy. Jeff is like
amazing teammate,
dude.
Such a nice guy.
I got there like 10 minutes before a game. I'm just like sitting there, just tying my shoes up. I'm like, dude, I'm tired. I don't feel well. Jeff goes like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm chilling." He goes, I was like, "Oh, you been here for a while?" "Nah, 10 minutes." He's like, "Yeah, me too, motherfucker. I just got here." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, Jeff." This kind of made me feel good, man.
Jeff
good.
walks up to me mid-game and he's like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
I think I'm here. I'm gonna say right now, Jeff, best smile in the league. Arguing with it. He has the best smile in the league. No homo shit. Best smile in the league. Pearly whites.
He also
grinning.
He also
dimples.
said,
we'll be
best
looking for the smile.
He also
Jeff,
said
next week.
Eagles in the
I'm
Super
gonna
Bowl. So
task you
shout
with
out
that.
Jeff.
I'm gonna task you with that one, Eric. You got to find the best smiling picks.
No, did you have anything to add to this game? Did you watch this
I
one?
think Juan really opened up the floor for the Dogs. Yeah. I think the Dogs showed they don't need Yusuf to win.
Yeah.
Fessy took over. He dropped, 42?
Yep.
And Fessy was a freaking... I don't even know. Like, there's no term I can compare him to because he just went straight to the paint and said, "Foul me, please," and won. "Foul me, please," and
he didn't even get called on 70% of the fouls. Like he got fouled.
He kept getting fouled.
He kept getting fouled. Dude, his behind the back ball movement is so clean, but it looks so awkward. If you look at it from if you look at it from the sidelines, it's like, oh, that shit's so like slow mo, but it's so clean at the same time. It's crazy. Yo, teach me your ways,
and
Fess.
he also hit a couple of threes while they were coming down towards my side of the court while I was reffing, and I'm just like, what are they going to do to stop this guy? And they did nothing to stop him. He dropped 42. The guy is definitely the front runner for Rookie of the Year.
Also, I want to say the block that you said that was a foul, they counted it as a block on the stat sheet. So that was not a foul. That was
a foul.
That was a block.
Which
I have
one?
a block on the stat sheet. I have a block
as a foul.
Nope, block. Just saying. Sorry.
I did the stats, so I don't know what you're talking
It
about.
was a block. I blocked it, and he called the foul. It was a wrong call.
Kyle,
I said
you
he's
hit
blind as a bat. He almost teed me, but yeah,
I
it was a
didn't
block.
tee you because you're Kyle.
Okay.
But like I
If
said,
I was any other ref, you would have had a tee on the floor and you would have been out there crying on the fucking sidewalk.
All right, buddy.
like me and Pat said, it looked like Juan was very comfortable with you guys.
Yeah.
After the trade, was there like a practice or anything before the game?
No.
No.
You think Kyle's going to show up to anything outside of the league?
I have. Relax.
The guy
Haven't you
can barely make
been
his
late
little
to
league.
every single your assignment as a coach this year? Like, let's not talk about that.
No.
Call him out. Call him out.
I don't want to say I'm not ready, but you're a coach and you're showing up 30 minutes late. Like,
And
get
there's
out
a
of
reason
here.
why I'm a coach and you're not.
All right. No, we'll see after next year. Yeah.
But for this game, for Juan, no practice before. What do you think was the reason that he looked so comfortable?
Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. I mean,
I think it helps that I played a lot with Juan, and in his first season, I would go to his apartment and he had a gym. We would train, and we would get shots up, and we did this multiple times a week for a while. So we have season 5. So we have pretty good chemistry, and he always said, like, if we're on the same team, I think we're going to do well together. We play with the All-Stars. We practice with the All-Stars when I first started bringing you around. Him and I just have a really good flow and chemistry, and I have an understanding as a coach that, like, and Kyle can attest to this in the huddles, somebody's hitting shots, we're giving them the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you can hear me on the one. I haven't edited the footage, but I've watched our game back multiple times. Juan hit 2. Very next play, I'm like, Kyle, set an off-ball screen. We're getting Juan a 3. Very next play, you set the screen on Phil. Juan gets a wide-open 3, hits it. And that's the mindset you need to have. Somebody's hitting shots. There's no selfish basketball. That's what I love about this team is there's no selfish basketball. It's not like, oh, I haven't taken a shot in a while. I need to take a shot. It's like, hey, Fessy's hot. I'm going to give Fessy the ball. Oh, Juan's hot. I'm going to give him the ball. I'm hitting shots. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
That's the way that it needs to go. Kyle had a couple layups. We're going to give him
No,
the ball.
I didn't.
No, I'm saying
yeah. I scored 0 points and did not shoot the ball once or no layup attempts.
early in the season.
Yeah, early in the season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Early in the
I did not touch the ball once or got a layup, but I knew my role.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't come out in the stat sheets, but my screens were unbelievable.
Mike, can
boys.
we bring up the
It was
clip
unbelievable.
of,
High
late
IQ
last
plan.
season?
Well, it has nothing to do with this season. And you know what? Last season, he won a championship.
Yeah, we're talking champion bird. Like.
So he can miss as many layups as he wants.
It's a damn parakeet across the fucking.
All
table
I'm
for
saying
me.
is he won a championship.
Show him your ring, Kyle. Show him your ring.
That's right here.
How much?
Actually, wait. It's right here.
I think the big thing was making him
shout out to Alex Sanchez
him
winning
like
that ring.
know that he
Yeah,
had the
shout out to
green
him.
light.
Yeah.
Once he hit a couple buckets, giving him the ball, making him feel comfortable in the system. It helps that we have a very unselfish team.
Yeah.
We have a lot of guys that I drafted for them to be role players. And credit to Fessy and credit to Yusuf. Because, yes, Yusuf hasn't been there, but Yusuf calls me multiple times a day. I speak to him all the time. He spoke to Fessy. He got Fessy out of his head. Mitch and I, we were texting. We were trying to get
Shout out
Fessy out
Mitch.
of his head. And I know Fessy didn't want to be as vocal with us and like feel like he could.
He was very vocal.
Yeah,
this week.
he felt like he couldn't say things, and we were like, "Hey, man, like, say it. You got something to say it.
Number
Let's
one pick
move
for a
on."
reason.
Yeah, like we respect you. We trust you. We respect you. Say what you got to say. If I'm making mistakes and I'm the captain, just say it. And I've proven now over the past few weeks, I make a mistake, I sub myself out. I did the stupid goggle shit, sub myself out. I threw the ball off the backboard trying
Mike,
to throw it
you
to
had a
Fessy,
concussion
sub myself
half
out.
game.
Well, no, it's 3/4 of the game, but that's okay.
All right, we're not going to talk about that. Apparently, wasn't even supposed to call it, but we're not going to talk about that.
No.
Mike walks up to me mid-game and goes, I think I have a concussion.
It still hurts to eat.
It was an elbow, no?
Yes, yeah, it was an
it was an
elbow,
elbow.
but
Mike was like,
but
Mike was Peter Griffin.
I got to see the clip. I got to see the clip.
I knew when Mike walks up to me as a ref and goes, I think I have a concussion. He was concussed because he never talks to me mid-game. I knew something was going on.
But let's talk about. We talk about a lot
I almost
about
told
dogs.
Ash-
Let's talk about go back
Yeah,
to the Martians.
yeah, let's
I feel
talk
like
about the
that's a
Martians.
new trade.
can we say Dante's good, man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dante,
he cooked
Dante's
you.
good, man.
He is.
But I kept saying it the whole time that there's nothing I could do.
Nah, you
like
can't.
I was trying. You watch the clips. I'm
Dante,
trying.
stop hesitating on shots and just fling that thing.
Well,
Yeah.
he's fast.
Yeah.
He shoots the ball proficiently.
His release is so quick.
Yeah.
No,
And
when he
I
lets
think
it go fast, it goes in. But when he takes his time and he hesitates, it doesn't go in. So every time you touch the ball, just shoot it.
Yeah.
Because that if you just grab it and shoot, it goes in.
to your point, you said about the role players. I would have liked to see Damian get in the game earlier.
Mhm.
I think he got in with like 6 minutes left in the half. And two of your like
Was he late?
no, Horace was late. Two of your guys there off your bench, Horace and Damian, both of them, yes, they take kind of unwise shots. They make some bad decisions. But I did see when they were on the court together, they played. I don't know if they've ever played together, if this is just random chemistry. They played very well off of each other. They passed each other the ball. They moved well off the ball. They both have size. And you said how Vaughn had only 3 points, but he had 6 or 7 assists. He had 10 rebounds. Like he played his role very well.
Yeah.
They missed shots, and their decision making towards the end of the game is what ultimately jeopardized them. And they had the same issue as game one. Phil was fighting with those refs. Every call was, oh, he owns the league, oh, this, and it's like, dude, stop complaining about the refs and just play through it. Now, I will say, should have been a block, should have been a foul on me. From what I saw, I am moving. I did take an elbow, but it still should have been a foul on me. I wasn't in defensive position. I was trying to brace myself. But other than that, it was a pretty evenly ref game.
Also, Vaughn fouling me in the last minute got him to a 4v5 situation, and they were down by 3. They were down by 3,
Yep.
and he wrapped me. And I watch a lot of football, soccer for American people, and I flopped. I mean, like, hey, I was like this, foul.
Well, he intentionally fouled you, not understanding that if you foul, for those of you that don't know the rules, if you foul somebody intentionally and it's off the ball, it's an automatic tech.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do a late game foul, it has to be the player
high
that has the ball.
IQ from the Big Bird.
I had to learn that the hard way. That happened to me a few seasons
Tay,
ago.
to go back to Tay, it's Pat. You're saying like he should just do like instant release and shoot. Yes, I agree to that. But in that game, his shots were falling, but in the first half, not as much as he would like. But when he drove, I mean, dude, put it into his perspective. I don't know how tall he is. I would say like what, 5'8", 5'9".
Nah, he looked about 5'11", 5'6".
Okay, so when to me that's like 5'7".
So what am I to you? 5'5"?
Yes, exactly. So like when he's driving and I pick him up and I put my hand up and I jump, like I'm 6'7", so when I'm jumping, just imagine my vertical is probably like 6'10", 6'11". He has to shoot over that and score. So like when he made those shots, he made very hard shots over me and over Fessy. I think he's a great player. They're good. I just think first game with Phil, I think they're gonna get right.
I think they ran into a Dogs team that wanted to win, knew we needed to win, and we played very well. But credit to the Martians, they played very well too. I
was ready to drop kick a motherfucker to win that game.
But do you see like light at the end of the tunnel for them?
Oh yeah.
Since the trade?
Oh yeah.
The Martians?
Oh yeah. They've got a good team. They've got a team that wants to play
Phil
together.
can lead that team to a win or two.
I think between Phil and Dante.
Dude, there's a light and a tunnel
I feel like
for every team in that fucking conference. That conference is dog shit. And it's anyone's games.
I agree.
It's anyone's. They can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the light at the end of the tunnel. Make the fucking playoffs.
And that's
and
a
at
good
the
thing.
playoffs, it doesn't matter what your record is.
That's
who
a good
wants
thing.
it more.
That's a good
I like
thing.
the idea. How about we take the Ravens and the Martians?
Let's switch conferences because this is bullshit.
One team
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
other
yeah.
conference.
Yeah.
They're in the same conference, huh?
Yeah, the Ravens and the Martians are in the same conference. Take
Yeah,
both
yeah.
of them and just put them in.
Put the dogs in the other conference, please.
Oh.
I've been trying to trade conferences all day. Nobody wants
It doesn't
to
make
do
sense.
Well, are you
dude.
guys?
It
Are you
really doesn't
are you
make
guys-
sense.
Are you
I
guys
really-
scared of the
messing up.
conference?
No, we're not scared of the
No,
It just
it'd
doesn't
be
make sense
easier.
when
It'd
you
be
have
easier.
two
I
teams that haven't won
remember
a
sitting
game.
here when the teams
Where-
were
hold up.
chosen, and
The
I
begin-
said, this isn't going to equal out.
But the beginning of the season, we were the underdogs in this conference.
You still
by
are.
By default, then we should go to the other conference.
Yeah, we'll send you
Go, please, and give us an 0-3 team. Go to the other
0-4,
conference.
0-4.
0-4. Go to the other. I don't care. One of the teams in our
we would
conference
run
needs to
that
move.
conference.
We're going to have 5 teams with winning records.
And one of them's not going to make the playoffs.
And one of them's not going to make
That's
playoffs.
bullshit.
We're going to have a one
It happens in football. Happens.
We're
in
gonna
the
have a
NFL.
What is this?
We're
Pee
gonna
wee
have a-
basketball? Like, come on. Like, this is
We're
bush
going to have a
league.
one-win
This is
team
bush
make the
league.
playoffs over a team with a winning record.
Yeah, something needs to switch up. I'm here for it. And I'll get a petition out in the league. Like, something needs to happen because this is bullshit.
We're
You got
going on
0-4
we're
two
going
0-4
on to
teams.
league leaders, or are you calling the commish?
Let's call the commish. Let's get the Parker Power Ranking.
He's up.
I'm gonna take a
Surprise. It's
pee.
usually his
No, he's at the
bedtime.
Magic game right now.
I'm going to take a pee.
He is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Hold
here.
it to the
Fucking
mic.
Hawks
There
beat
you
the
go.
Magic. Fuck all you motherfuckers of the Magic fans.
I am driving in my car.
Parker.
Parker in the building.
They're right here.
Parker.
There's
This
the
is
first
so
one.
funny that every season we have the 2 drunkest guys in the league just come on the same podcast. The Pat Kyle cast is one of my favorites.
Hey, we're here for you, Parker.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, way to make some trades.
There's a
today,
reason why
Pat.
we got to 71 viewers tonight. Me and Kyle bring in the heat.
Yeah, you guys are just saying crazy ass shit per usual, but it's so funny. Kyle was like, "Fuck the light at the end of the tunnel." I was like,
Everybody look at Mike's butt.
What happened to Mike's butt? I can't see it.
It's not on camera.
Damn it.
It's your time right now, Parker.
Damn it. Well, it's actually Darvis's time. He said Juan on the Wild Dogs is Pablo
Over, under.
Banchero.
We hear Mike's fart.
He said,
I'm taking the over.
he said it's Pablo Banchero. Who the fuck is Pablo Banchero? Oh my god. Magic won. I'm coming back from the Magic game. But
He plays for the
I'm trying
Orlando
to-
Magicians.
yeah, I tried to get Franz and Paolo to join the league. I got escorted out of the building again. Guys, I'm trying. I tried at the UCF game to get Mikey Williams. I tried to get Paolo and Franz. I keep getting escorted out of buildings, but it's okay. I'm probably on some sort of list. All right, trade deadline. Can we talk about big fucking trade? God damn.
Yes.
Marlon and Makos trading their number 1 picks. Really interesting. I didn't see if you guys talked about the trade yet. I'm sure it's coming up if you haven't, but really interesting. But that didn't play into my power rankings because I sent them to you at 10:41 a.m. and that was way before the trade deadline. So
Early bird gets the worm, baby.
early bird gets the work.
Hey, Parker.
Right, Kyle?
Hey, Parker.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi,
Early
Parker.
bird gets. Hi, Pat. Early bird gets the work, right, Kyle?
Hey, your old desk is bringing me good luck.
Fuck. I hope it combusts into flames with you next to it.
All right.
I hope you get home safely.
Just go on with the power rankings, man. Come on.
All right. Ravens 10. I thought we were going to see a Ravens move today. We didn't. Sauce is standing firm. I can say a lot of people were trying to pick at him like a dead carcass in the chat, but he was standing firm. He likes his guys. Doesn't want to move anybody. I respect it. If he does go 0 for 10 though, if he does go 0 for 10 though, I won't respect it. But die on that sword, Sauce. I love you, buddy. I love you. 9 Martians. The 2 winless teams are on the bottom. I do like Phil on the Martians, though. I think rather than like a Braylon Martians team, Phil can play more of the lead guard where he can set guys up. Dante's playing really well. If they can just get anybody else to score efficiently, not saying they can't score, but if they can score efficiently, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Vaughn, Marcos, Dame, Zig. If anybody else can soar, we'll see. 8 slob on my Noblin Goblins. They are big trade. Moving off of Dom. What I will say is, for the first 5 minutes of that game, they were moving the ball pretty well.
They were
moving pretty well. They looked very much more fluid, and then once they hit like double digits, the game for the Goblins ends because it just becomes hero ball. Let's see if that changes with a Sway lineup. I really like their lineup right now. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see it. You got 2 guys who, again, they just swapped pieces of a championship-winning Dogs team. They swapped Dom and Sway, who were both on that championship Dogs team with Ryan and Spank. So I'm excited to see it. Shout out Dean. Good trade. Way to go. 7 Dragons. All the Dragons needed that game was for the game to end in the first half, and they would have won.
Too bad it didn't.
They looked really good. They were down Nixon. They were down their number 1 guy, and they were fighting. And the ball movement was great. Some of the passes Mike Parker was making in that game were absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't believe he was like threading these passes where he was. Looked really good. They fell apart a little bit. They didn't have that extra punch of scoring from Nixon.
I gotta say, Parker, I'm looking ahead here at these power rankings. I like Darvis's better. Just gonna say.
I still had to see Darvish rankings.
I think Darvis's are more accurate. Just saying.
I haven't seen Darvis's yet.
Oh, they're correct.
All right. He just said Juan was Paolo Banchero on the Dogs.
Well, he's right.
I don't think he's watched a Dogs game or a Magic game, if that is true.
He was there. You weren't, Parker. He was there.
Darvis is my Stephen A. Smith.
We got to get him a Pablo jersey.
Pablo Banchero. It's like a Wish.com jersey.
Get Darvis a Pat Klein jersey.
He doesn't want that. What's he going to do with a Pat Klein jersey?
Weekly trash.
Yeah, weekly. Well, yeah, now Darvis is really going to like the Goblins now that Dom's not on the Goblins. Watch him put Goblins like number 1. That would be fucking hilarious.
No.
I was going to go off now.
Yeah, it's all time. What is it? 6 Dogs. Dogs come away with a win. Fessy looks fucking unstoppable. What was it? 41, 8, and 13. Like
Kyle
crazy.
from the bathroom screams out, "What ranking did we get?" as he's itching his asshole.
Who, Mike? He was taking a shit?
No, I'm right
Big
here.
Bird. Big Bird doing the bird.
Wash your hands, Kyle.
He definitely didn't wash his hands.
Fessy looked great.
He just ran in the water.
Put up a hell of a stat line. He told me before the game, he's like, I want people to know that I'm locked in. I can turn this on. I want to do it. And he really came in with a fucking mission that game. So shout out Juan, made a great fucking Dogs debut. Maybe did play Pablo Banchero. I don't know. Maybe he did. But yeah, I think the Dogs found their missing piece. You can run a real good triangle offense with whoever's on that side, whether it be Mike Fessy down low or Juan in the corner. You got your reliable shooter. It's really good. Shout out. Really good pickup, Mike. Good win.
Thank you.
5 Makos. Makos fell apart. They got a little too interested in what the refs were calling that game.
Did you listen to the podcast, Parker, or is that your observation as well?
No, that's my observation. I didn't listen to the podcast.
See? That's the exact note that I had.
Yeah, they fell in love with what the refs are doing. Also, I feel like the Mako's size is going to come up and bite him in the ass because they played La Familia, and you had Braylon who took over in the last 5 minutes, but also Shot Doc plays so much bigger than he actually is. Shot Doc's a big guy. He plays like he's 8 feet on the court. He really can just rebound really well. He can defend really well. He's a smart defender. So they're having to play Fritz down low. And Fritz has smooth moves down low. He can hit the turnaround. He can hit the jumper. He can hit the fadeaway little hook. He can hit the Grinch little walk. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Adding Dom, we'll see what their offense looks like without Sway. Sway much more of a facilitate everybody. Dom more of a weekly splash Dom. So we'll see how that looks for the Makos. I'm sure Luke will come up with something. For Panthers. Panthers get back in the win column. Shout out E. You guys look good. You had Bouncy back. You didn't have Marcus, but you had Bouncy back. Nacho was looking great again. I mean, you guys looked really good. What do you think about your game, E?
Oh, I really liked our game. I think the guys played with a lot of energy. Compared to last week, we came out way more like energized and like. I guess the guys were more awake, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You guys did well. You guys did well. 3 Yodis.
Whoa.
3 Yodis. You're 3, Pat. You're 3.
I mean, in all fairness, you said the team to beat Pat was La Familia, so they're ahead of you.
Oh, we lost to them by 4, so...
Okay, so they're ahead of you.
You struggle with a team you're favored to win. I didn't struggle with a team I favored to win, so I feel
So
like
that goes back to the debate. The team to beat is the undefeated team. Like that makes sense. What is not going through your feet?
More Mamba wiener.
I mean, dude. What is not going through your feeble mind? The team to beat is the only undefeated team in the league.
All right, guys,
is that
this
what
is
I'm
Parker's segment. This is Parker's
Is
segment.
this the drunk fucking idiot power rankings? No, it's the Parker power rankings.
Parker,
Thank you
you're
so
drunk.
much. I'm not. I'm home. I'm fine. You're drunk.
I haven't
damn
drank
it.
tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. What else did you do? All right, yeah. Coyotes 3. You guys look good. You guys look pretty good. It wasn't too crazy of a game. You went into a game you're supposed to win, and you did. Having Alex, of course, makes everything much easier. Pat, you got a little trigger happy there at the end of the game. You just started fucking chucking them. That's why you're 3.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have 20 points.
You're just chucking them. We wanted. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, you guys are 3 because that's how many times Nick threw a fucking layup hard as hell off a backboard. That's why you're number 3. He almost broke one. I couldn't believe it.
That's why we have insurance.
That's why we have insurance. It's Nick insurance. It's called the Brick Insurance. I'm bricked up. All right. 2, La Familia. La Familia looked really good. They go in and play a Makos team. The Makos hadn't lost before then, or did they? They lost 1, right?
No, they were
That's their
3-0.
first loss.
That was their first loss, yeah.
Yeah, they went in, played a La Familia or a Makos team that hadn't lost. Adding Braylon, that game again until the last 5 minutes, it was neck and neck, and the Makos had quite an edge. But Braylon takeover it was really impressive. Day played really well. Braylon played really well. Shot Doc hit some really good shots down the stretch. Can I give a shout out to Sterling Shakespeare? And I'll say, whatever the fuck Sterling did in the off season of the season he took off, do it again.
He got
and then
stronger,
you have
that's what he did.
first round pick. Yeah. Sterling's looking really good. He's hitting very difficult shots. Try not to get too shot happy, especially when the defense is keying in on you. Look for guys to pass out to. Sterling's playing great. I think currently it is his award to lose of most improved player. I think it is his award to lose. If he keeps this up, he's gonna etch himself into that category.
Don't you worry, Parker. We'll talk about that next week on the off-season rankings.
Ooh. Oh, the bye-week rankings?
Yeah, the bye-week rankings.
The bye-trans week rankings.
No, we've already been on for well over an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Dude.
Yeah, it's really late.
With you guys, you can only do 2 segments.
Oh, yeah, we can go on for 4 hours.
We don't need that.
Because this idiot thinks it's not...
I want to go to bed. I'm fucking tired.
The people would love if me and Kyle came on here 3 times a year.
All right, 1.
One, Mambas, obviously. They look fucking ridiculous. Every fucking game they play, I go, oh, wow, the Mambas just started a game. Oh, wow, they're up 15 points to start the game. It's fucking ridiculous. They just run and run and run. Have you ever seen Kicking and Screaming where Beans is in the movie and he goes, these Italians, all they do is score and score and score and score and score and score. And he's like, I need to take an Advil.
So is
no.
Tommy going to hop on top of Sean to create the mega person?
He needs to create a mega person. The Tommy Sean, the Shami mega person. No, one of my favorite things about that team is Sean will take like one shot a game, but he'll have 20 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 points, 5 blocks. It's fucking ridiculous. Sean is one of my favorite players in the league because he does that. You pair that, they were missing Shane this week, and it didn't feel like it because you're just like, oh, the Mambas just had this. Shout out Jay Nola. He's playing fucking great. He dropped another double digits in like the first half, really playing well. Fucking Tommy, did we confirm it? Scored 52?
52.
52.
Amazing. The Shiesty Tommy.
I think we got to change the logo to the Shiesty.
I think that he holds his breath. I don't think he breathes. I think it's 40 minutes breath holding.
He only breathes when he daps up.
There's a lot of germs in that mask.
Yes,
A lot of
that's my power
germs.
rankings.
But
Shout out
before you
Mambas.
leave, Parker, real quick, do you think the Mambas are the team to beat?
Who else is the team to beat?
That's what I'm saying, Parker. That is what I'm saying. This idiot over here.
Chad,
This idiot over here thinks it's not, dude.
Chad,
No.
who is the team to beat? Chad, who is the team to beat?
They beat everybody by 30 fucking points.
That's what I'm saying,
Team
dude.
to
All right,
beat.
I'm
Team to
saying
beat right
Chad
now.
like we care about anybody else.
Who's the team to beat?
Darvis.
Everyone's lost, dude.
Darvis.
Everyone's lost. They've already been beaten. They're the undefeated team. That's the team to beat.
Guess
What do
what?
you not understand by
Guess
that?
what? Guess what?
Holy fuck.
They haven't played the Coyotes.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You guys lost. You guys lost. You're not the team to beat. Because you guys
Without our
lost.
number
All right,
one
all
pick
right,
and
all right,
without
let's-
the former MVP,
let's get the-
you
let's get-
fucking tall dumbass.
Let's get the Parker outro. Let's get the Parker outro.
All right, thank you. Kyle couldn't have put it better.
We would
than
be
I
4-0 right now if Alex
Well,
was there that week.
hey, you know what? And a bear shits in the woods. All right, so what?
Yeah, and a bird shits in your
Alright,
fucking
Parker.
mouth.
All right, Parker.
I actually love the Kyle King words of wisdom. Bear shits in the woods. Technically, bear does. That you were confirming what he said.
All right, we lost
All right,
Parker.
Parker's going
Parker,
through
we
a
love
tunnel,
you.
but we love you, Parker.
Get home
You
safe.
guys, bye.
right.
All right, Pat Klein and Kyle King wanted a game. We don't have a game, but you know what? We'll make this into a game.
Ooh.
Who do you think is leading the league in rebounds?
Sean.
Okay.
Wow, what a game. Sean leading the league with 18 rebounds a game. Alex
That's
Sanchez, number 2 with 10.6. JPP and Fessy tied with 8.7. Jeff with 8.5. Marcus Russell, 8.3. Nacho Padilla, 7.7. Mike Mitchell and Tyreek tied at 7.5. Brandon Steed at 7. Not on that
You-
list.
I think
Probably
you were,
partying with Blake Griffin.
you were 53, if I remember.
How many guys
and
are in
your
this league?
fucking shoulders are made of fucking glass, dude. All right? I don't want to hear it.
All right, let's go number 2. Eric, you can lead this one.
Number 2, what we got? Where we going?
Assist.
Assists. Who do you think is leading in assists?
It's a really fun game.
Sean.
And you're correct. We got Sean with
It helps being
9.2
acknowledged,
a
doesn't it, Kyle?
game. I think that's like
9.2.
that's crazy.
That's a wild
Yeah.
stat.
And you got Chief doing what he usually does, 7 a game. Dante with 5.5. I'm telling you, he's putting. I know Fessy had a crazy stat line, but Dante's gonna make a good argument for Rookie of the Year. And you got Mike 5.2.
Sean's winning Rookie of the Year or Fessy.
I'm doing what I can out here.
None of them are to me.
I'm doing what I can out here.
No, to me.
Sean,
I had
Sean
2
at
to
the
you.
strong age of 29 will win Rookie of the Year.
Tied for 5th, you got Nacho and Brandon Steed both at 4.7 a game. Tied for 6th, you got Dallas and Fessy at 4.5. And then you got Juan at 4.3 and
That's our
Dre
guys.
at 4.2.
There we
Great.
go.
You got 3 guys
3 guys on the list.
on the assist.
Shout out dogs. We pass.
Oh, the dog.
We pass. We're just 2 and 2.
Guys.
All right. Who's leading in points per game?
Big Bird. Big Bird. Big Bird.
Tommy.
Big Bird.
This was pretty easy.
I'm going Sean.
Big Bird.
I'm going Batman.
Yeah, actually, Batman. No,
Batman
No,
did wear a
that's
shiesty
Tommy.
one
his
time.
teammate Tommy.
He stole it,
Batman
guys.
wore the shiesty before Tommy did.
Wait, so here's
But- hold
here's the question. Here's the question. MVP, right? MVP.
well, hold on. Let's go through points
Yeah.
per
Okay,
game, and then we'll go to MVP.
We got 42.5 by Tommy, which
That's wild.
we need to know if that's like a career.
I'll go
like,
back. I think
record.
Dom was 41.
41.
Also,
so right now,
I will say Alex's rebound stats were not accurate this week. He had 9 or 10, and Ghost only gave him 6.
Okay, then go back, watch the game.
I have all the stats at home, but I didn't put them in the stat sheet before.
Okay, then go back, and if you think he did it wrong, go back and
I did.
redo
I
it.
did. I
yeah.
counted them up, but I had to put them in.
Yeah, go ahead. Fix it. I don't care.
no, you got to.
You have
back
access
and
to
find
it.
each rebound clip and send it to the chat.
Normally, I would say run it past me, but you're the captain, so whatever. I don't care.
But we got Alex at second with 29 points per game. Braylon 26.2. Fessy with 26. Nixon at 5 at 22.6. Phil 21.5.
Mike putting up the
Dante
assists this year.
21 points. Bentley
Always.
Bouncy Broad 20.3. Dom 19.7. And Raheel 19 points per game. Now these are minimum 3 games. You had to play 3 games because if
No,
it
I
was
thought Raheel only played 2.
He only played 2.
27 and 11.
no, he had 27.
And 11. And that's how you get 19. 8 and 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's minimum 2 games.
Yeah. Raheel.
He had 27 in the first because he had 3 in
No,
garbage time.
Raheel's not going to miss another game, is what he told me. So that number will go up.
Okay.
Regardless, there's a good
But
list.
no surprise right now on the list.
I'm surprised that Bird's not on there.
He has to make a layup first.
With my donut, Pat, I beat you 1-on-1, so shut up.
Aren't you?
Oh,
Aren't,
my
I
God.
Shut
think-
up.
Aren't you
I've
averaging
beaten-
more
I've
than
beaten-
Pat?
I've beaten you 1-on-1. Like the end
I
of
don't think
discussion,
so.
who's a better basketball player? It is me. I beat you 1-on-1.
Yours-
I actually
Alright,
did not beat you.
alright,
I
alright,
waxed you.
alright,
Kyler,
listen,
yours
let's-
good.
Waxed you. Waxed you.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Okay, so you want to talk about MVP?
Yes.
Who do
Yeah.
you think is
we
leading
can-
MVP?
We can end this discussion with this, and then we can make our quick predictions, and we can head on out.
All right.
MVP.
So here's the
Of
thing.
the podcast. You guys don't have to
Yeah,
leave here. You just have to leave the podcast.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's gonna be like last year, right? Alex could have won Rookie of the Year or MVP, right? I think the same thing with Sean in the argument of, like, what determines what is Rookie of the Year, right? What is, like, are they doing the most for the team? Because that's what MVP actually is,
Tommy
right?
won't be Rookie of the Year.
I understand Tommy
I
won't,
think-
but Fessy's scoring for scoring what 42.
I think
That's an argument.
that conversation with between Sean and Tommy is dead now.
What do you
dropping
mean?
52 points without
I understand.
their second leading
bro,
scorer.
Yeah,
like here's the thing.
but-
Here's the thing. I understand, but Sean's leading in number 1 assist and number 1 in rebounds.
You have to say this, though. You have to say 52, yes. What did Sean have? 12 and 18?
Yeah, he didn't take he really took 1 shot.
But,
dude,
like,
you
that's
gotta-
pretty crazy
like,
stats,
Yeah, it
too.
is.
Like,
It
that's
is.
pretty
But
crazy.
it's person to person, and that's why it's a league voting thing. It's person to person. What do you value as most valuable player of the team? Is it person who scores the most, or is it the person who facilitates and makes the scoring happen? If he's leading in rebounds and leading assists, and the only thing he's not leading is points, why do you think the person on his team is leading in points? Because the guy's rebounding and the guy's doing the assist.
I agree.
But
I agree with Kyle on
can
this one.
I can see that, but also Tommy's not just scoring on fast breaks though. He's also on the half court.
Bro,
He's
they're up,
hitting
they're up by
threes.
20. They're up by
No,
20 the
what I'm
first 10
saying
minutes
is-
in the fucking game. It's
Me and
cherry picking at the last the last 40% of the game is just cherry picking.
Me and
Like,
Kyle
you
can
saw the
agree on
Ravens.
this.
You saw
can
the
score
Ravens
50
no,
points
you
a
saw
game.
you saw the fucking Ravens game. It was literally the last fucking 7 minutes. It was just it was, no defense was playing. So it's like you're giving up 10 to 12 points, and it's like and this is not knocking Tommy. He's a fucking great basketball player, and to score 52 in one game is fucking incredible.
I don't think.
But what I describe as most valuable player is a person is all right. Who's doing the most for the team? If the guy on his team is leading in rebounds and leading in assists, and the guy on his team is scoring the most, why do you think that?
I
That is my
don't
argument.
think Tommy is the most valuable player on his own team, let alone the league. I think Sean is MVP at the Mambas, getting the rebounds, getting the assists. Tommy's scoring the points, but where's Tommy's rebounds? Where's Tommy's assist? Where's Tommy's anything else?
But he is also contributing on the defensive side too.
He gets a couple steals here and there because he pulls the Yusuf and hides behind you and steals it from behind.
Okay, so the argument with this is Tommy is getting steals, But why is he getting those steals? He's able to gamble because he has an anchor defensively.
But would you rather have a player?
I'm all for both. I don't care who wins it. I'm all for both. I'm not in the contention, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Do you guys think Sean is in contention for MVP?
I think he should be.
I think he should be, but
I think
even without the
but at the end of the day, it's up to the people in the league who they think the MVP
to me,
is.
it would be cooler if we had an MVP that averaged 2 points a game, but he averaged just crazy assists and rebound numbers, because it would be the first time that happens.
Yeah.
But
would you guys rather have a player that scores 40 points a game and no other stats, or a guy that has?
Well, he's not. Tommy's not no other stats.
Yeah,
Tommy is getting steals and he is getting more assists than we give him credit for.
Yeah.
He is getting other stats.
What about rebounds? What about?
He doesn't need to, which then goes back to the point of Sean. But then goes back to the point of, if you take Sean off the team, what happens? You take Tommy off the team, what happens? We saw in the scrimmages, Tommy barely played. That's why. This is my point here. We saw in the scrimmages, Tommy barely played. They still pull off the win, but it's against the Dragons, right? And at that point, the Dragons were weak. They were still figuring each other out. Ball movement was very lackluster. You see Sean in last week. Who do they play? Martians.
Martians. No.
2 weeks ago when they played whenever they blew their lead against Braylon, it was last week against the Martians.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
No, it was last week because Braylon asked for the trade.
Not this Sunday, but the Sunday before. Talking about this Sunday just passed?
Well, yes. Okay.
This
The
Sunday
last week before this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they played the Martians.
They played the Martians.
Yeah.
Yes, and they won, but in the first half when Sean subbed out, that 20-point lead diminished because Sean wasn't on the court. That shows value. You have to look at all the aspects of it for an MVP vote.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that not everybody in the league is going to look at that. They're going to look at numbers. They're going to see, wow, he's averaging 42.5. That's impressive because that's impressive. Mm-hmm. And they're going to vote that way.
Yeah, I mean,
but value, it's hard to say which is more valuable. It's really hard because there's no numerical equation to say that Sean's more valuable than Tommy or Tommy's more valuable than Sean. They're both extremely valuable. Alice is extremely valuable to the Coyotes. Fessy is extremely valuable to us. There's multiple guys that are extremely valuable to their teams, and it's really hard to pick one guy. And these next 5 weeks are going to really show that.
It just show it, but it just depends. You guys have Fessy. Fessy just dropped 42. I had a player drop 39. Those are high points.
No, I know, but
52 is high, but what's
I think the argument here. I think the argument here. It's a league voting.
Points.
I think the argument here is people in the league who play basketball. What do they value at what the MVP is? Yeah. That is their value.
We're gonna have a full blown discussion about all of this next week. Just to be clear, we're gonna have MVP, Sixth Man of the Year, every single award next week on the bye week with Dallas and Berg. Make sure you tune in. We're gonna discuss all of this. We're gonna go mid-season awards, baby. Mid-season's awards.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like at the end of the day, it's like what do you value as an MVP, right? Yeah. I value as an MVP. It's like because there's like it's a weird argument because they're both on the same team. So it's like, all right, you take Tommy out, how successful is Sean in rebounding and assist, right? Or you take Sean out, how proficient is Tommy in scoring, right? It's really hard to make that argument. Not knocking Tommy, dude. 42.5 is fucking incredible, and it's fucking nuts. Like it hasn't been done. So I think
since season 2.
Since season 2. So since it hasn't been done in a while, that is an argument for MVP and the fact that he's done it. But I'm not gonna knock a guy who's leading out of the 3 categories that we just listed for the game. He's leading 2 out of the 3. So that is my argument. It's like you can make an argument in both. Yeah. It just comes on to the person to person who you think the MVP is, and that's why. When it comes to like the NBA, like most valuable player, it's voted on. Yeah. If it's offensive player of the year, Tommy clears it in the landslide. Tommy can break tear an ACL.
I will say this though: if Tommy doesn't win, there will be an award for Tommy.
Yeah.
There's no way Tommy doesn't get an award,
and it's an offensive player award because if Tommy tears ACL, if he tears his ACL today. He will still win offensive player for this season.
I don't
give a fuck what
happens if Tommy goes out against Coyotes and only scores about 16.
That's still more than most of the league.
That's huge.
If that happens,
what if my dick is this fucking big? Will women love me better? Like, what are we doing?
Hey, but what happens?
No, I would say on that
let's
point.
Say Alex drops 40 on the Mambas.
But on that point, what I would say is that
Tommy drops 16. What happens?
A lot from what I'm getting for the next half of the season. The MVP candidates can't have no more bad games. Because
Yeah.
I feel like if you do have that one
What
bad game,
happens-
it's gonna cause.
So
because
you're
we have so
saying
many-
I have a chance.
Basically, I have a chance.
What is your
Saying I've got
definition
a
of a bad
chance.
game? You have a bad game, but your team still wins. Most of valuable
So that,
players,
but the thing about it, when
You guys
everybody
are talking about
bad game
points
is
per
different.
game.
right?
If a guy is averaging 40-something points, a bad game for him could be 25 points. You know?
But
He
if
could
the
be
team
shooting
still
terrible.
wins, that's still
That's a team win.
That's a team win.
But
Let's say-
MVP isn't a team thing for me personally. It's the most valuable player on that team. It's not a team. It's
let
not
me
a
ask
team
you guys
award.
this.
And I feel, Sean is doing all the assists and rebounding, but Tommy is carrying so much of a boatload for the scoring. Basketball, at some point, you got to put the ball in the hoop.
Yep.
And Tommy's doing it.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
so
why I
here's
think-
the
If
last
we're being
thing.
realistic, though,
Here-
We're being realistic.
their better. No, their best player is Jay Nola, and I think we need to end it on this.
So here's the last thing. I
It's
will
Jay
say.
Nola till I die.
Hey, we saw- we
Eric,
saw
Eric,
predictions.
Eric, here's the last thing I will say.
No, we don't.
Here's the last thing
Predictions
I will say.
are done.
How much points were Tommy averaging last season? What would you say? What was that stat?
It was
Over
30.
25.
It was
Yeah.
30.
30. Okay.
Yeah.
So 30. He's averaging 30 last season, right? Obviously.
And he was number 2 or 3 in
He
voting
won.
for
so
MVP.
he was
But
probably
he
got
won
two
rookie,
because
right?
Alex won it, right?
No, Dom Douglas won rookie. Tommy was
Oh,
right
the Heart
behind him in
Hustle.
voting.
Got a Heart
He
Hustle.
won the Heart and Hustle as he
No,
quoted
what I'm
in
saying,
here.
though,
So
is-
as
Top
long
3 in
as
MVP and Rookie of the Year voting.
as long as Tommy, like if he's still averaging 42 and a half for the end of the season, or he's averaging like 40 or 39, 38, on last season, the argument of having Sean on his team is completely dead. Because last season he had a lower average, but now this season he does. I just think that's just more compliment in how he plays basketball. I think if he maintains this, there's no question in my mind
Yeah.
that he wins MVP.
Yeah.
No question. If he can put the stats that he's been putting,
If Tommy scores less than 20 against us, you
no,
should
that you
consider
can't.
him
You
as
can't. Put,
MVP.
you cannot put a guy on one
Tommy,
team. I'm saying the
I need
whole
you to go out here and
season.
fuck the Coyotes
Tommy said he
up.
can't breathe in the mask, but that's his own fucking fault.
Yeah,
There's
no.
nobody that he can blame except
What I'm
himself.
I'm saying-
asking is-
I'm saying-
What I'm asking is, if we hold Tommy less than 20 points, it's
Okay.
still-
No. What I'm
can
saying.
we-
What I'm
we
saying.
know the game plan.
Can we
Pat
end
Klein
this
is guarding
podcast?
Tommy.
No. But what I'm
Let's-
saying, if the Mambas play a hard
Tommy
team,
score
if the
on.
Mambas play a hard team, and it comes down to the last 5 minutes, and they're up or down by 3 or 4, and Tommy has 32 points or whatever, if that case scenario happens and they still win that game, no questions Tommy should win MVP.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Tommy,
end
the
of
ball's
debate.
in your court, as it seems like from the analysts here. These are professional analysts that are
Yes,
completely
sir.
sober,
I bet on
that
sports.
know
This
what
guy-
they're talking about.
This is the kind of coach talking. You're not scoring 20 points.
All right,
against
well,
us.
I hope you do. And you know what?
I need you
Regardless,
to.
we appreciate you guys for tuning
Yes.
in. Make sure you tune in next week. We will be having it, even though there's a bye week. We'll have some fun discussions. We will have some fun games. We'll have Dallas and Andre Berg, 2 fan
We
favorites,
promise.
joining us 8:30. What is it? February 19th, I believe,
Yep,
is
yep.
the something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be
19,
7 days
February
from right now.
19th. Yeah, look at me with the math. February 19th, we'll be back here live. Make sure you liked, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. Should be a great time next week. As always, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys.